So a lot of women don't want to breastfeed, or you have to eat. You have to keep your diet up to produce the milk. And a lot of women want to lose weight, or they don't, they want to keep eating, so they'll give the baby the formula. But I'm telling you, you got to look out for that melamine in these formulas. And two, it's called biosphenol, or poisons that are in certain plastics. Just like the bottled water, it's not good if y'all are drinking bottled water. You open a bottle of water, if you leave it in the car and the sun hits that water and you go back a couple of days later and drink it, you should not be doing that, because it's poisons inside of the bottle that come out in the water that give women breast cancer, give you all types of cancerous tumors. If you are warming up microwave food, y'all should not be warming up food that's inside of the plastic that y'all bought it from the store. Take it out of the container, because the heat from the microwave heats up the poisons that are in that plastic, and they're released into that food. It's just a lot of things we don't know, especially since you bring that baby in here. It's really dangerous for a lot of these babies, so that's why I'm telling you this stuff, so you can be researching, so you won't be giving your babies poison or, leaving your baby to somebody else and feeding it to them. It takes more time, but I would use the glass. When I had my baby, I would take those glass bottles. I would wash all the glass bottles, but I just felt like the glass bottles were better and more sterile than using the plastic. So those are just things for you that you need to know to be concerned about the health of your baby.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to make sure and do my research on that, because I want to make sure that she gets everything that she needs and her little heart desires. And I made sure to name her middle name Tiara, because I want her to always know that she's a princess, no matter what.
Well, yeah, I want you to keep in touch with me, and we're going to be doing more.
Of course. You have a super fan here. I've told you that.
I'm so glad you called. I appreciate you sending me, trusting me to open up about what you're going through, and then to actually call in and speak to everybody, talk to me. Because I don't know how many other women have gone through it or are going through it, and I think we're both, we'll be able to help them by them listening to our stories and how we're dealing with it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And, it was hard to, put all my stuff out there, but I feel like, I might be able to help somebody else who, is afraid to put their business out there, because, the best person you can be true to is true to yourself. And, hey.
No, you sound good. You sound positive. Your energy sounds really, really good. I know you'll be successful. I already see it. It's in you.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'll be giving you updates and keeping up with your show. I love it.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
All right.
610, are you just listening, 610, or do you have a question or comment, 610?
Hey, this is Ghetto. I guess I'm just listening. Do I need to make a comment?
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm glad you're listening.
They on chat tripping. It's emotional for me. Sheesh.
What they tripping about in chat?
They taking care of your child, basically, Whether you gotta do it by yourself or you can't force nobody to take care of their kid, And I just see it gotta be something abnormal or a learned behavior not to take care of your child or even be concerned. You know what I mean? It couldn't be normal.
But you know what? Legally, I would do it. I would force them to take care of it. No, I can't make you be around, but they are responsible for that child financially. And, they're supposed to be there on every level, but if they're not going to be there at every level, if I can, I would definitely fight to get child support. I wouldn't just let that go.
It's like you said, it's so deep, you can't even, depend on the situation you're in as an individual. Like me and my situation. Me as an individual, before I left my mother's house, I made sure that I could cook myself something to eat, clean up behind myself, mend my clothes, wash them, iron them, all the basic stuff to take care of myself, that my mother told me, the in-house type of stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got, out in the street, 18, going to college and stuff, I went to college, got a degree in real estate management, went to law school, and found out that everybody commits crime, and it ain't a crime you can't commit and get away with it, and that pissed me off. So going to take the bar, I didn't do. I just went into private business and, rocked out from there. But you as an individual, you can't even begin to force anybody to do anything if you can't even force or impose stuff on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People don't even get up in time enough to make appointments for things that'll help themselves out. But you want this next person to give you some support with something else. You got to start with yourself. And, I'm glad you aren't here cussing and screaming, hooting and hollering. And, it's going to be bumps in life. So don't get ready, be ready. You know what I mean?
That's
you know, you
right.
ride in your car, you might not hit nobody, get all the way to the store, and the old lady come up, park right next to you, and bang your car out. That wasn't your fault, but you got to be ready, have your insurance. Don't get mad, you was ready. Things like that happen. That's just an analogy of, you know, making it, you know, it's plain for some people, but it's deep. That's what I'm on here like, you know, my mind is going because I'm looking at what people saying, thinking about things that might have happened to people, and it all comes back to you can't even begin to tell your kid right from wrong if you don't know right from wrong. You got to sit back in first grade with your child, go to school, be passing out crayons and figure out your colors and your left and your right. If that's what you got to do to get yourself straight, you know. And a lot of people, they let their kids pass them. You know, I done, you know, in a lot of regards, I done passed a lot of my friends, peers, parents, and the whole nine, but I still got to show love to them. I got to, you know, I got a mother and a father. They, you know, old school with things, you know. They still trying to preach JUS, you know, whatever. And I can't even spell his name right no more because once you start studying, it ain't in his name, you know. So I get tongue-tied because it's so much. And like you said, what you want to talk about? Because it's all relevant.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you listened and gave me your insight because I was tripping about what you said the other day, and you talking about now I understand. You said when you were wondering, now you know why a lot of these girls get 22 and 23 years old, and these men be trying to fuck them. They don't want to be bothered because they still trying to dress and be fucked when they were 4
Right, straight burnt down trying to get their head back together, you know. She don't even know basic stuff, don't know how to cook clean. You get some girls don't even know how to cook clean, look good, smell good, and you like, what? You can't. You don't even know the kitchenette. You don't know the difference between butter and margarine. You for real? And it's because the time that they should have been doing that type of stuff, like you said, Pop got them in the back with the lights out, playing the slow jams. You know, you don't know that. You think, you know, oh, they go to church. You know, old head got them in the crib. That's a damn shame. Then when she get out the house, she buck wild, don't want to talk or do nothing that's regular or normal.
Yep. And that's why I wanted to have these shows because I didn't realize there's so many of us that are so damaged and nobody's really dealing with this stuff and we just putting each other down and everybody else is putting us down and say, oh, look at them. They're so ignorant. They're so crazy. Why they this and that? And I feel like it's time for us that want to be healed, that want to deal with the real issues. We need to look at the why is this and that. We need to go back to the sources and really break this stuff down and look at what we're telling ourselves and who we laying with, who we picking, and why.
Yeah. Like I didn't get the show the other day. It was canceled on Blog, so it was one at 6 o'clock. So you know, I thought it was canceled, but it was actually on. They didn't show it as a show that was on.
What happened? I'm glad you brought that up. Let me tell you, whenever they take a show, they mark it as an adult show. So when they mark it as an adult show, you won't be able to see the show unless you go into your settings and you disable that feature that causes it to be blocked because it's an adult show.
No, I don't have any block. I'm trying to tell you, Blog Talk, they pulled a fast one on you. Your show was on, but they didn't.
No, I know. What I'm saying is the show went on at 6, but what they did was when they mark it as an adult, because it happened to another show, that means you don't see it on the front, but it's still going on.
I checked even to see if it was going on, and, you know, I thought it was canceled. So
no,
I went back and listened to the show.
Yeah, it went on at 6, but I know sometimes people can't see it when they change it to an adult status. It becomes like private or it's hard to get to. So they deliberately...
No, I got a gangster computer. We get everything. And, you know, I thought maybe, you know, I don't know. But, you know, I learned a lot. And even, you know, a lot of the issues probably ain't got nothing to do with me. I learned. And, you know, I want to be part of the support group because I argue within my social group with guys of stuff they do that's retarded and wrong, you know. Like, I just can't sit back, you know, and watch this dude. All right, for example, we had a guy, a friend of ours, he, you know, we was like, damn, you the only guy that, you know, we know you ain't cheat on your wife. If you married, half the dudes, you know, dipped out early, late, or whatever, you tripping on your wife. This guy, we said, oh, he ain't doing nothing, so we hanging out. Don't you know this guy dipped off as soon as he said that with a trick in the street? We lost all respect for him and had to let him know about himself. And ever since then, you know, it was like, how you going to sit back and say you married? You can't even, that's for life. You know, if you got pushed in a wheelchair, the day after you get married, you got to smile, get her some flowers, and push on. Be happy with that.